Trevor, always great speaking with you, especially around this time of the year. Every year I ask you this question beforehand. How was the gala this year, 2023?
It was terrific. It was our first year back after 4 years, Rudy, and it was a 25th anniversary celebration of our partnership with Toys R Us. We had it down at the Fairmont Royal York, attended by almost 500 people, and
Wow.
the theme was toys. And so much, how much more fun can that be? And we had Transformers and Star Wars characters and Woody and everything you could imagine there. And it was a tremendous success. And I want you there next year. We're going to be doing our 26th annual.
I will definitely be there. Was Rick Avanelli, was he hosting this year?
He was too. So Rick was back as our host and rode a toy train in to make his big appearance. Rick's lucky enough to be able to fit on a toy train, and he came on in and was a great host for us.
I love Rick. I'm so glad that he was hosting again. And yes, definitely I'll be back there next year. But every year you folks do something. I mean, every year since the Starlight has been around, you guys have been doing a lot for families and children. But around this time of the year, you guys do something that's really special, and it has to do with this little guy who's here with me. Love him. Look at that. He's got a name. And the name has to do with, if I can get a little closer, has to do with this little emblem that he's got on his little booty. Who is this guy, and how is it that he represents the holidays for the Starlight Children's Foundation?
Well, that guy you've got a hold of there, Rudy, is Speedy, and he is our 15th annual. If you can believe it, 15 years we've been doing these bears. He's our 15th annual Toys R Us special, a limited edition Starlight Bear. And what's so cool about this bear that we do every year is we select a Starlight child to design the bear. And so literally this bear is designed by a Starlight child from the inception. They start with a drawing with their crayons and stuff like that, right into building the bear, picking the fur, picking the eyes, all of the special features. This year's bear was designed by Christopher, and Christopher's a 6-year-old boy who has AMC, and that affects his joints and his muscle system to such a degree. He's already had at 6 years old 11 surgeries. He's had to endure hundreds of casts, braces, orthopedic walkers, braces, all these different things, and thousands of hours of physical therapy. And yet Christopher is still such a delightful boy, such an upbeat, positive spirit. He's part of the Starlight program. We selected Christopher this year, and he named his bear this year Speedy because he loves fast cars. And one of his favorite events to go to at Starlight is our Drive for Smiles event. He's been the last few years, loves it. And so as you showed there on Speedy's haunch, has a race car, as well as he's adorned with a rainbow colored ribbon. And that really was important to Christopher. He wanted all about inclusion and people to be together, no matter who they were, people being together. And so that was really important with his bow. And the blue eyes represent the AMC awareness. And so basically Christopher had designed this bear. It takes months to do. He's an amazing boy. He was in our Starlight office working with Captain Starlight and the Starlight team and the team over at Toys R Us to build this year's bear.
When I found out about what this ribbon meant, I wanted to cry, because 2023 hasn't been an easy year, as we can see, and people have been separated. What a way to remind people to bring us back together again. This is the perfect way to do it.
Absolutely. And a young boy to teach us that, Rudy, 6 years old.
Exactly. The Starlight Foundation, let's talk about that and what that's all about, because like I said, what you guys do is amazing for families and for children.
Our mission is quite simple, Rudy. We want to bring happiness and smiles to seriously ill children and their families. And we do that with a plethora of programs, both in hospital and out of hospital, through the journey of their illness, to bring some light, some happiness, some respite, some distraction from illness. It could be a very tough haul for a child and their families. Their siblings go through a lot, their parents go through a lot. And so our job is really to bring that joy and that happiness to those children by providing programs to them to lift their spirits.
And like I said, I've been to the foundation, I've been to the galas in the past. I've spoken to the children, I've spoken to the families. They are so happy for what you folks do for them and what they what it means to the children. I don't think, even with the words that you just said, I don't think people realize the pain the families go through, and for whatever length of time that you guys give to these folks to forget about the the struggles, it really does bring light, and it actually helps them in their health in a lot of ways too.
Without question. We hear from nurses and doctors all the time, in hospital programs, help the children cope. They want to come back for treatment. They are better suited and happier to be engaged by their medical professionals outside. Their families can be with them more often. They can get together, be a true family unit, have that support system with them. That's so important to us, that have the whole family part of these programs, because they're all going through it and they're all part of the struggle of illness. And it truly does make a huge difference for these families.
And people should realize too, these amazing bears, they're kid friendly, they're soft, they're warm. Like, I donate these bears for the toy drive, but like especially this one, I actually want to just sort of get back under the covers and just go to sleep. So cuddly.
Absolutely. And you can get the bear because you're one of our special friends, Rudy, but anybody can get the bear through Toys R Us, any of their 90 plus toy locations, store locations across the country, on toysrus.ca, or they can even hit us up at starlightcanada.org and get one right from us at the organization.
What's going on next year? I know you guys always have lots of fundraisers, events, just bringing people and more awareness to the Starlight Foundation.
Yeah, we're so excited that we're actually finally be able to have a full gamut of our Starlight programs. We have our wonderful Drive for Smiles event that's Christopher's favorite next year. We've brought back our Tea and Tiaras event. Our Starlight Insurance Gala, 30th anniversary, if you can believe it, 30th anniversary Starlight Gala will be happening on May 11th at the Ritz-Carlton. And as you mentioned earlier, our world famous gala will be happening in the fall of next year as well. So lots of opportunities to get involved and take part in Starlight events, meet some of these great Starlight kids, because Starlight kids are at all of our fundraising events. And again, you can find out more information by going to starlightcanada.org and learning more about the organization and find out ways you can help.
Amazing. And one more time, where do we get this little guy, Speedy?
You can get Speedy at any of the 90 plus Toys R Us store locations across the country, online at toysrus.ca or at starlightcanada.org.
Trevor, all the best to you, your family, everybody at the Starlight Foundation. Thank you so much for doing this interview. I will definitely see you next year in 2024 at the gala. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. All the best in 2024.
Great to see you, Rudy. Thank you so much for your time. We always appreciate it.
Thanks, Speedy.